you doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we're diving into something super exciting for all you horse lovers out there. A place where you and your horses can enjoy open pastures, top-notch stables, and all the space you need for training, riding, and simply embracing the equestrian lifestyle. Whether you're a competitive rider, a trainer, or just someone who loves the idea of waking up to the sound of your horses outside your window, finding the right equestrian property is key. Now make sure you watch the end of this video for a checklist to help you get through the whole buying process and the inspection. Owning a horse property isn't just about buying land. It's about creating a lifestyle. Whether you're looking for a private retreat for your horses, a facility to train, board, breed, an equestrian estate offers freedom, convenience, and a deep connection to nature. No more boarding, no more driving miles to reach your horses, just you, your land, and a space designed specifically for your passion. Now, one of the biggest questions when you're buying an equestrian property is how much land do you really need? A good rule of thumb is at least 2 acres per horse, plus extra space for barns and paddocks and riding areas. Now, if you're like me and you have a horse and you go buy land to put that horse on, that just means that you're gonna get more horses because now you have the land to put them on. So I tried to plan for that. If you're like me at all, you're probably going to get more horses now that you have this place that's for you and them. But you do also want to plan for proper zoning and land use regulations on any property that you're interested in. Always check local laws and regulations. You want to check with your realtor. But most properties that are saying that they're horse properties in our area in north central Arkansas, these are going to be outside of city limits or in a town that is not restrictive about livestock, which some would call horses livestock because they are large animals. Now, if you are going to get a property that's only 2 acres, if you really just have one horse and that's all you want is just that 2 acres, it's possible there could be restrictions or deed restrictions. So I'm not telling you not to check on it. It's just that usually when it comes to a horse property in our area, there's not going to be restrictions. Because when you get into larger acres, it's just meets and bounds, unless someone put a deed restriction on there. And usually I only see deed restrictions for things like chickens or pigs, maybe cows, but very rarely do I see restrictions against horses. But you always want to do your due diligence and make sure that you're not going to have problems once you buy the property and go to put your horse on it. A great equestrian property is more than just open spaces. It's about having the right setup. Where's the house? Where's the barn? Where's the paddock? So some of the things you want to be looking for is the stables and barn. Are they well ventilated? How many stalls are there? Are they spacious? Do you have easy access to water and feed and storage? And then when you're looking at the pasture, what kind of fencing does it have? Is there fencing? Is it wood? Is it electric? Is it going to be easy to maintain while they're in the grazing areas? Is there riding facilities? Is there an arena? Does it have sand? Is it indoor? Is it outdoor? And the water sources, are they reliable for drinking? Is there spigots out throughout the property, or is it just at the house and you're going to have to haul it to wherever the horses are? And during the dry season, what are you going to have to do to maintain those fields and maintain those pastures? And accessible ways to get to the barn if it's way back from the house, or to the fields if they have the fields cross-fenced. How can you get there? Is there trails? Are you going to be able to take the horse trailer to the horses? Where are the vets in the area? Is there supplies that you can get? So all of those things are going to be important to your decision on where, as far as location, as well as where within the area that you've decided to buy horse property at. So really think about your current needs and also what you might want in the future if you're getting more horses or just decide to get more land in the area to expand your property. Location, location, location. You've heard me say it before and you'll hear me say it again. You might be able to find a beautiful property that even checks a lot of your boxes off, but it's not in an area that you have essential services. It might not be the best one for you. So you're going to want to make sure that you check with the local amenities, find out where the veterinarians are that can work with your type of animals, where the feed stores are, where the tack stores are. There's a saddle shop in Ash Flat. There's also Tractor Supply and Forschler's, which also has feed and supplies. So we feel like we're pretty good set up in this local area. Those are all in Ash Flat. So they pretty much cover Sharp County, if not into further counties, Fulton and Izard. You're also going to want to see where there's access to trail riding and other events and competitions that you can actually be able to get to without having to travel too far. And of course, you're also going to want to consider the local climate. Certain regions are going to be better and you're going to be able to do year-round riding. Especially here in North Central Arkansas, we do have all 4 seasons, but that does mean you have a short winter, you have a short summer, so you can have the extremes between the cold and the hot. I would say you could ride year-round here, but some other people might not. And again, don't forget about those zoning laws and what restrictions are about and where you can take your horses if you do want to do trail riding. So the right location can really make all the difference, not only to the property, but your experience as an equestrian property owner. Equestrian properties are a huge investment, and that cost is going to go beyond the purchase price. Now, some things to consider that would be going beyond a normal house or normal property investment would be maintenance. You're going to have the pasture and the fencing and all those buildings that are going to require maintenance every year. And some of this you may already have if you're going from one horse property to another, or maybe you have your horse boarded, so you don't have these expenses. So you just need to be aware. And maybe you don't even have a horse, but you want to get horses. So you got to figure out the cost for feed and vet bills and farrier services. And then of course you're going to have home insurance, but you're also going to need to have liability insurance if you're going to have boarders or guests or breeding on your property. That's going to be an additional expense. And then of course you're going to have utilities like you would on any other property. But if you're going to have extra buildings and you're going to have water out in the fields, that's going to be an additional cost as well. Now, financing for equestrian properties is a little bit different from a standard home loan. Some lenders may require specialized agricultural or rural property loans, so make sure that you work with a real estate agent who understands those horse properties, and that can really help you through the process. Now, I do believe that there are rural development grants available for developing properties. If you want to get involved with that, we can hook you up and help you find out if there's any ways for you to take a property and make it into a horse property. If you're interested in actually developing the property, those grants can help you do that. So just make sure you're aware that there are financing and grants available for horse properties. So how do you actually find the right equestrian property? You definitely want to start like any home search and make a list of need to haves, want to haves, and is a definite no, that's not going to work. So you're going to want to include all the details, not only the home, but the land, how much land, if it needs to be cleared, or you can have some woods, how many outbuildings you need to have, does it have to have a riding arena, and then just general location. Is it going to be the Midwest? Is it going to be Arkansas? Is it going to be North Central Arkansas? So kind of get some choices into there. And if you work with a real estate agent that specializes in horse properties, then you're going to help you find options that really fit your needs. Now make sure you check out the description, because I did set up a horse property search for our area, and hopefully it'll update. This is the first time I've done this, put a search in the description, and I'm not sure it will continue to update throughout the process between things being listed and sold. So if it doesn't work for you, make sure you reach out directly and you can let me know what you're looking for, and I can let you know what's currently available. But if you do find something that you're really interested in and checks a lot of the boxes, make sure you walk the land. You want to get out and inspect the facilities, even talk to the seller. Find out what their problems were with the property, what they loved about it, if they have those amenities nearby that is going to be what you need for your horses. Now, you can even find other horse owners in the area to really give you insights on the community if the person that's selling a property doesn't necessarily have horses and you're just making it work for what you want. But definitely get out and talk to the community and see if it has what you need for your family and your property. Buying an equestrian property is more than just purchasing land. It's about creating a lifestyle that fits you and your horses perfectly. Whether you're looking for a private retreat or a whole equestrian facility, taking the time to research and plan will help you find the ideal property for your needs. Now make sure to download the Equestrian Property Inspection Guide in the description to get you through the whole buying process. Thanks for watching and have a blessed day.